In the previously video, you have already seen what is congruence of a triangle. Of congruence of objects, and we are going to start with the chapter on congruence of triangles. What do we mean by congruence of objects? Congruence of objects means when you place one object on top of the other, you will see that they are exact copies, or when you have two objects which are of the same size and shape, then they are said to be exact copies of each other, correct? So such objects are called congruent objects. Okay, so for example, if you have these two, they are of the same shape and size. The color does not matter. The only thing matters is they should be of the same shape and same size. If you see, both of them look like a rectangular object, okay, and they are of the same. If you measure, you will see that they will be of the same size and same shape. So these two are congruent objects. So this is what you have already seen. And this relation, or when the two objects are congruent, then they are said to be in congruence. Okay, so if these two objects that you take, if they are congruent, then we call that, or they are said to be in congruence. Now there are different methods to find out when two objects are congruent. Okay, sometimes by just looking at it, you can make out that the objects are congruent, but sometimes you cannot make out whether they are congruent. So first we will see congruence of plane figures. After we finish congruence of plane figures, then we will see how we can see when two line segments are congruent. So then we will see what is congruence of line segments. Then we will see congruence of angles, when the two angles are said to be congruent. Okay, and then we will see congruence of triangles, when two triangles are said to be congruent. So that is the main part. So before we directly go to the triangles, let us see these things. So first let us see congruence of plane figures. Now you know what are plane figures. Plane figures are two-dimensional figures. Okay, so they have length and breadth and they don't have height. So these are plane figures. Now to find out if two plane figures are congruent or not, what we do is that we place one figure on top of the other. Okay, when we place one figure on top of the other, if the figures cover each other completely, then they are called congruent, and this method is called method of superposition. So you have these two plane figures. Now to check if these two plane figures are congruent, what I will do is I will place this one on top of the other and see whether they exactly fit each other. So you see here, let me do it like this. They exactly fit each other, right? You cannot see any blue part here. So you can see everywhere it has covered. So if this happens, when the two figures are placed one on top of the other, if they cover each other completely, then these two figures are said to be congruent. So to check if the plane figures are congruent, we use the method of superposition, that is placing one figure on top of the other to check if these two are congruent. Now how to check if the two line segments are congruent? To understand the congruence of line segments, let us take these two line segments. Okay, so now let us take the line segment CD. Now I want to check whether CD and AB are congruent. First let us try with the method of superposition to check if CD and AB are congruent. You know the method of superposition. I place this figure on top of this figure to check if these two are congruent, and they should exactly fit each other, correct? So when I place this, you see they exactly fit each other, correct? AB and CD fit each other, or they are said to coincide with each other. So we can say these two objects, these two line segments are congruent. Now to every time check whether these two line segments are congruent, you will have to draw line segment, then or you take two line segments, cut this line segment, place on top of it and check whether it's congruent, correct? That becomes very difficult. So there is another method to do it. So before that, let us see another example. So say PQ is another line segment and I want to check whether PQ and RS are congruent. So what I will do is, by method of superposition, I will place this on top of PQ. You will see that they don't exactly fit each other, right? There is some part of PQ which you can see here, and also some part of PQ which you can see here. Okay, here you could see that they were exactly fitting each other. You could not see any part of AB or CD, but here you can see some part of P and Q are outside like this. So these two line segments are not congruent. As I told you, every time to place one on top of the other becomes very difficult. So there is another method that we can do to check if these two line segments are congruent. So to do that, what we do is that we find the length of the side, of the line segment. Now the length of this line segment is 5 centimeters. Okay, and which was the other line segment? It was AB, and the length of AB is what? Length of AB is also 5 centimeters. So you can see these two were congruent and both the line segments had the same length. Now let us see what is the length of this line segment PQ. PQ is around 6 centimeters. And what about RS? RS is 4 centimeters. So this is 4 centimeters and this is 6 centimeters. And you know that when we superimposed one on top of the other, okay, we saw that they don't fit each other, so they are not congruent, correct? So these two line segments are not congruent, and you saw that the length of these line segments are not equal. But here these two line segments are congruent and the lengths were equal, correct? So this brings us to the next part, that is congruence among line segments, which says that if two line segments are congruent if they have the same length, okay, if the length of the line segments are congruent, then the two line segments are, if the length of the two line segments are equal, then the two line segments are congruent. The converse or reverse of this is also true. So when I say that the two line segments are congruent, now suppose you had said that, say the line segment PQ and say RS are said to be congruent. It is given that these two line segments are congruent, then the length of the line segments have to be equal. Okay, without measuring, you can say, if it is given to you that the line segments are congruent, then the length has to be equal. Okay, so that is the first part. So the two line segments are congruent if they have the same length, and if the two line segments are congruent, then they should have same length. Now here line segments, you know, are denoted by AB bar, okay, or that bar on top like this. Similarly, CD will be represented like this. So now we know that AB and CD are congruent. Why? Because both of them have the same length. Now to write that these two line segments are congruent, what we do is that we say AB, line segment AB is congruent to CD. Now this stands for is congruent to. Okay, so AB is congruent to CD. So the symbol is like this. Okay, so that is the symbol used to show that two line segments or any objects are congruent. Or we can also write this as AB is congruent to CD without the bar. Okay, bar is not necessary. Without the bar also we can write it like this. Then we saw that PQ is 5 centimeters and RS is 3 centimeters. Then looking at the length, you can conclude that these two line segments are not congruent. So in this way we can make out whether the given line segments are congruent or not by looking at the lengths. Next, let us see how to find out if two angles are congruent. Now the two angles or the two given angles are congruent if they have the same measure. Okay, so here this is 40 degrees and this also is 40 degrees. Angle ABC is 40 degrees and angle PQR is also 40 degrees. So these two angles are congruent. Okay, the length of the line segment does not matter, because when it says the arrow means it extends on both the sides, correct? So here when we are talking about angle, we have to only look at the measure. So if the measure is equal, then the angles are equal. You do not have, or you don't have to see the arms, okay, length of the arms. So these two angles are equal because they are having are congruent, because they are having the same measure. So we write angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Since these two are congruent, if they are equal, we can also write it as angle ABC is equal to angle PQR. Now let's take this angle LMN and angle RST. Here you will see that this is 30 degrees and this is 20 degrees. Now since they are not equal, we can say that, or the measures are not same, we can say angle LMN is not congruent to angle RST. Okay, the next statement says that if two angles are congruent, their measures are same. So just like the previous case, suppose you are given that this angle is congruent to, say, this angle. Say this is LMN, this angle is congruent to RST. Okay, if it is given that these two are congruent, then you know this angle will be equal to this angle. If the angles are equal, then we can say they are congruent, and if it is given that they are congruent, the angle should be equal. So this was all about line segments and angles.